Chicago. Chicago.
This corner, welcome to my city. See the bright light, skyscrapers looking pretty. Perfect skyline, postcard for my city. And we still on the rise, no construction, keeping busy. Always bear down on the blue and the winter. Can't forget the Bulls, red and black, run the city. Chicago, fire in the sky, WNB. White Sox in the Cubs up in Wrigley. Got a couple rings like I played for the Blackhawks. Always on the ground when my feet hit the asphalt. Dedication, hard work, and preparation. Never giving up to reach the goals I've been chasing. When it goes down, I'ma be the main attraction. Better stand back when the cameras start to flashing. Countdown, buzzer beater, how the game go. Crowd goes wild, cause you know who they came for. Michael Jordan, D-Wade when I'm scoring. Great Walter Payton, John Tays when I'm in force. You already know I had to make an anthem. Shot down in the building and you know what it's been for. Chicago, it's the city of the wind. Clock runs down, we gon' grab another win. Chicago, known for the skyscrapers, big city, big lights, and we all about a paper. Chicago, ain't another city like it right down Lakeshore. See newcomers all excited. Chicago, I'm in love with my city. I'ma rep it till I die. Seize up if you with me. Chicago. Now I'm right back at it. Took some time off, hit the gym, had to practice. Now they can't stop me. Some say I'm cocky, but I'm just confident. I know how hard work brought me. When they was having fun and going out, you didn't see me. Cause I was on the ground trying to rise like a TP. That's what my city taught me. Now I can't get them hungry. Feeling for a fix, needing caffeine, just call me coffee. But I don't need a substance, move off pure adrenaline. Aiming for the trophies, plaques goes any synonym. I came from the gutter, on the other side of the glitz and the glamour where they speak with bad grammar. So I do it for the people on every side of my town. Turn frowns into a smile, that's why I'm aiming for the crown. Outside of my objective, I'm sending y'all a message. Chi-Town, the greatest city, never disrespect. Seize up, seize up, seize up, seize up.
The Chicago, nigga.
Chicago. 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 I do it for my city. Chicago. I do it for my city. Chicago. It's the city of the wind. Clock runs down, we gon' grab another win. Chicago. Known for the skyscrapers, big city, big lights, and we all about a paper. Chicago. Ain't another city like it right down Lakeshore. See newcomers all excited. Chicago. I'm in love with my city. I'ma rep it till I die. Seize up if you with me. Chicago.
What's up? What's up, y'all? Good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all. What's going on in the building? I'm feeling like Chicago, even though the tornadoes came through, the storms was all up and through here. I mean, crazy work over the last week, having to clean up trees and different things going on, revamping things that got torn up in the storm, and the lights going in and out, no power over the weekend. We had no power over the weekend. Listen, y'all, I appreciate everybody coming through. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got a whole bunch of stuff to really talk about. And then, of course, I'm going to stand out, and listen, have my chest poked out. You know, I know it's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans going to be in the house tonight. I know it's a whole bunch of Caitlin Clark fans. They couldn't wait till I put on the button to say I am going to be live. They could not wait for me to actually come on live today, this morning, to give you the show that you've been waiting for. Now, being that I was not able to be on the show all weekend long, you guys didn't hear my voice because, of course, we had a lot of things to do over the weekend to get this my neighborhood and, of course, my own house in order. You know what I'm saying? So still shout out to all of the people and all of the first responders and all of the lawn people and the people that were helping out to cut the trees, and people just was coming straight here to the village and really was in motion. You know, shout out to all of those people, you know, getting together and, you know what I mean, at least cutting the trees up, getting them out to the front of the lawn. The village got to do this side. So, you know what I mean, devastation hits, and you know, you all definitely you know, gotta understand that we are get over a catastrophe, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just gotta deal with it and keep going. You know, keep going. Have your family, pray for your family, and pray for the other ones that was in the storm. And man, it's just really, it's been a week of devastation. You guys, it's been a total week of devastation. Now, first I want to start off to say to you guys, welcome to the Gingerbread Man Show. This is Steady Serving Sports, ENT, an extension of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, KSAP. What's up, KSAP? Shout out to the Full Court Trio. Shout out to the Players Club. Shout out to Get That Off Your Chest podcast. We got a lot of stuff going on, chat. We got a lot of things that happen and transpire over the weekend. We really don't know where some of our teams is headed. And then, of course, we definitely want to give a update on this weekend's activities. But first, I gotta say hello to my people, my family on the internet. I gotta give love to my brother Dennis Foster. I see you, Mr. 6688, my main man. Hey, my baby Green Thumb. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you also for that contribution. They gotta know that you really have a heart and care about us. Bob Jones, my brother from another mother up in here. I see you, Terry Jackson. I see you up in here. Say, big bro, hit you up on the information you gave me, but something went wrong. But I really need to talk to you. Okay, T. I got you, T. I got you. Go to my Instagram. Those who ain't had my Instagram, get steady underscore ENT sports. So that's my Instagram right there, T. You go right into my Instagram, check me out. I'm here. Listen, y'all, this is my first day live. Also, I'm streaming for and from my 3 channels. I got them up there down at the bottom. You can go and subscribe. Steady Serving Bears football, Steady Serving Bulls basketball, and then, of course, Steady Serving Sports, ENT. Y'all already know. I'm just, you know, those channels are exclusively for the Bears fans, exclusively for the NFL fans, exclusively for the basketball the Chicago Bulls and the NBA basketball fans. You know, sometimes you got to separate the crowds and the seasons, and also build tribes along the way. You know what I'm saying? So go, if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But we gonna have a good conversation today, y'all. We gonna talk about some really good basketball. We gonna talk about sports in general. We gonna actually give you a great show. I'm recording. What's up?
I know. I need somebody to get ready so I can take her up to the school.
I already woke her up.
She need to get ready. Let's start getting ready for the school. And I'm sorry for me acting this morning. I just don't want to mess with my man.
Bye, honey.
What'd you say?
All right. Will everybody hear you?
Okay, bye.
Lord have mercy. Listen, y'all. You know, when you in a house full of women, you just gotta learn how to navigate. When you in a house full of women, women are very special. But as a man, you gotta learn how to navigate. And I've had women in my house all my life. So I had to learn how to navigate. You know what I'm saying? I gotta learn how to treat them right. Yeah, Bob Jones, the Bears is moving. So we gonna start it off, man. My family, Indiana and Atlanta, gave us an overtime heavyweight fight. Caitlin Clark and the Fever walked into Atlanta and escaped with a victory. Angel Reese was dominant on the glass, but just fell short of the last shot to go up. This is just the way I saw it. You know what I mean? This is the way I looked at it. And of course, behind Angel, Nas missed the shot also. So it was a double miss to take the game and end the game, and it did not happen and fall in Atlanta's favor. Allisha Gray dropped 32 points. She did as best as she could to help and pull this team along. Makayla Timpson came up with when Indiana needed her. The Chicago Sky went into Seattle and got themselves a victory behind a big dog in the paint, Kamilla Cardoso. Then Chicago Bears said, hold on, don't forget about us. We still exist right here in Chicago. The Bears fell behind Cleveland 10-0 and then dropped the 34-piece biscuit on their head. You know what I mean? Something nice with a little honey for the biscuits, and the butter was on top of the biscuits, and did 34 unanswered points on the Browns. 34 unanswered points. I'm just saying 34-10 was the score. They did it while resting more than almost all of their starters. They did take a couple of reps in the game, but then of course quickly pulled them out. Minnesota reminded Las Vegas, who sits at the top of the league. Olivia Miles stepped into the spotlight against A'ja Wilson. The Portland Fire swept Seattle, shocked Phoenix, and kept their playoff dreams alive. And we're going to show love to one of the greatest basketball players ever, Diana Taurasi, whose number 3 jersey is hanging in the Phoenix rafters. So hit the like button, share the program, subscribe to the channel, join the channel if you haven't joined the channel. We got a few more subscriptions left, y'all. We in the teens. We got the teens going on. I think it's like 18 more subscriptions that we need to close this on out. You know what I'm saying? Let the people go ahead and say hey, and listen. I'm asking for you guys to continue to give the support, share the video, and then on this show, I like to be honest. I try to be as honest as I can and give you the real jizz of everything and what's actually been going on. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, even though y'all know I'm on Glaze Angel, I'm a Glaze Asia, and my players that I glaze. I mean, you ain't going to get away from that, but I'm just saying I like the teams that I like. You know, some people don't make me like that I got 4 teams in the W. But I do. I got 4 teams in the W, and that's just the way it's going to be. You're going to like it or leave it alone. This is Chicago Sky, Atlanta Dream, of course, because Angel, my baby bop, the boop bop, the bam, went there. A'ja Wilson with the Aces, and then, of course, Olivia and Nafisha Collier over there on the links. And I think, and those who know me and know my history, y'all know I was with the links. When y'all met me, y'all already was saying that the links was champions. Y'all know that they was just a few pieces away when I was talking about it in 2024 on my boy the Big Dogs podcast when KSAP was doing his thing on the solo dolo tip, you know. But y'all, I'm going to just say, I got a few more subscribers that I need to get over the hump. We've been on a whole 3-week push these last 3 weeks to get to 5,000. And I'm asking for y'all to go ahead and share the video, share the people, let the people know that I'm on right now. Come on through, because I'm finna have a real good conversation. We gonna have a real good conversation, y'all. And we gotta keep it real with one another. Ain't no sense of me being up in here lying to y'all and not really, being the truth teller that I am. I'm just not gonna sit here and be acting like a thing ain't a thing. What's going on, big dog? I see you in the house, Troy Hall. So, guys, a lot of people are heartbroken over the weekend because they wanted Atlanta to win this game. I wanted Atlanta to win this game. But I also understand that Jordan Canada didn't play. I also understand that once again Bree Jones was out again. I understand the situation. So I'm not looking, with my head down, and I'm not even thinking that ain't no hopes, for a good playoff performance. Me personally, me honestly, I don't see it that way. I don't go to one extreme to the other. I don't say, "Oh, we the best," and then as soon as we lose, "Oh, we ain't. We gonna get knocked out of the playoffs. We gonna be gone. Oh, woe is me." I ain't one of those type of people. I'm gonna look at the upside, the downside, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna be too high, too low. Some people just go to one extreme to the other extreme. I don't do that shit. I keep myself balanced as a balanced person, and then of course I give you my own analogy of it, and then we gonna call it and keep a thing a thing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep the main thing, and we gonna stay on our grace, right? So, guys, we're gonna let you hear from Allisha Gray, and then I'm coming right on with it. Y'all. I know y'all been waiting on it.
Allisha, take me through that fourth and overtime. They outscored 31-19. What changed in that at the end of the game?
Wait, can you repeat that?
At the end of the game, they outscored you 31-19 in the fourth and overtime. What was the difference in the game, you believe, at that point?
I feel like we fought hard. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like we just came up short tonight.
This question is for either of you all. When you face a team like this, obviously 4 times, you could potentially see them again in the playoffs. I guess what would you say you can kind of take away from a loss like this?
That we're right there. And I know tonight didn't go the way that we wanted to, but we had some plays down and we showed some fight. And I think although we didn't get the win, I think there's some promise that we know that we can beat a team like that if we have a full team together, but even with the team we had tonight.
Allisha, certain media narratives have run away with our sport. Do you have a message personally for those that think that passion, motor, and competitive spirit degrade the sport?
That's what we do. We come out, we play our heart out every night. Just like tonight, win or lose, like we give it our all for 40 minutes. I don't pay attention to narratives. I don't care about the narratives. I don't care what people say about my motor. I don't care anymore. Like, it's getting tiring. Like, we're paid to do this, and people make up narratives, and I don't care what they got to say. Like, I know what I give to my team every night. And as long as my team love me, the coaches love me, Atlanta Dream love me, I don't care what nobody has to say about the motive and the love that people have for the game. Like, outsiders are going to talk. That's what they do. Just got to not worry about it and just come in and do your job, because they're going to talk regardless.
Thank you.
Hi, ladies. I know that tonight didn't have the outcome that you wanted, but what were some highlights of the night that you guys are pretty proud of?
I thought for basically the whole game, we played a really good defensive game on Indiana. They've got some really good scorers, and I think Leash in particular did a really good job on Mitchel, who's been scoring the ball super easily, and I don't think it was an easy 20 for her tonight. I think Leash made it really hard for her. And I think, I don't know how much they're averaging, but we kept them below their average. And I think, we had some pretty good production off the bench, given we had Jordan and Bree out.
Also, follow up, Leash, I know you've been reading a lot of throws lately. Do you have a top 5 list of throws that you recommend?
What am I on my 5th book? Never Lie was good. The Perfect Marriage, The Perfect Divorce. I'm reading Rock, Paper, Scissors right now. So
Verity?
Verity. No, they got a movie coming out, so that was a great book. And I'm reading Rock, Paper, Scissors right now. So
By Alice Feeney? Alice Feeney, the author?
ooh.
I think I'll check. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Hi, ladies. At the end of regulation, when the missed shot happened, some of y'all kind of surrounded Angel and were kind of saying some words of encouragement. What are some things y'all said there, and kind of some things you'll go forward in saying to encourage each other after this loss?
I mean, it happens. Like, we know any other time, like, Angel will make the shot. I mean, she knows she'll make the shot, but in that moment, you just got to encourage your teammates. Like, no one person lost us the game. It's a team effort, and just like she's with us when we're struggling, we do the same thing for Angel. I mean, it's a sisterhood. Like, we really love each other, support each other. So, I mean, I'll put everything on the line that the next time she gets a shot like that, she'll make it 100%. It's just this time she came up a little short, but I mean, I have all the faith in the world of Angel that she's going to finish her shots.
Hard fought battle tonight. What were some of the things that Coach had to say after the game? What was his message to the team?
We played hard, just came up a little short. We know the loss is disappointing, but we don't have too much time to dwell on it because, I mean, we got to get ready for our next opponent.
Izzy, we saw you had 2 quick assists, one to Medina, one to Ryan. Just how much more comfortable are you getting with the ball in your hands as the game kind of slows down for you?
I think every game is a bit different, but I think I came in with a bit more confident today, and I think the last couple games of my decision making in the paint perhaps hasn't been where it needs to be. So I guess I was kind of proud of myself for making the adjustment and finding my teammates a bit better.
There were a couple of stretches in the fourth quarter and overtime where the offense went a few minutes without scoring. How did not having Canada affect y'all in those moments?
Okay. You just got to have the next man up mentality. Some nights you're going to have your team, some nights you're not. I mean, that's just something that we got to figure out when we're 1 man down, how to execute at the end. But, I mean, I feel like we played well. We just came up a little short.
All good? Thank you.
Thank you.
We gotta keep it real, family. We gotta keep it real. All right. Y'all heard what happened. Y'all heard what's happening. Y'all gotta forgive me. My audio, y'all already know that I'm dealing with audio. Can y'all hear me now? Put a 1 in the chat. What's up, Marcus? What's going on? Put a 1 in the chat. Hey, Live Life Love, how you doing? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me now. And okay. I'm sorry, y'all. the storm that knocked a lot of stuff loose, y'all. So just bear with me. I'm gonna do the best that I can. So what's going on, Mark? Okay, y'all, listen. Don't hold your head down low, man. It's all right. It's gonna be okay. It's just it's just a loss. It ain't the end of the season.
What about tonight?
Yeah, I think it's really resilient. I think we were down 8 going into the 4th, and we kind of just put our head down and kept plugging away. And I felt like we played like a kind of like a B- game. Like it wasn't our best. Obviously, we probably didn't shoot the ball all that well. Like 25% from 3 and 44 from the field, and obviously left 6 points at the free throw line. But we knew going into halftime a lot of the stuff that we talked about pregame that were keys to win, like we just weren't doing. We were fouling. We had some costly turnovers, and then they had points off of O boards, and that's how this team beats you, is simply by getting to the free throw line and getting O boards and putbacks. And then I thought we cleaned it up in the second half, or at least beat them in those categories. I think we had 12, 17 points there, 7, and then I think we made one more free throw than them, and then had 22 points off the turnovers. So just proud of our group, super resilient. I thought our zone defense really bothered them there when we went to it in the 4th quarter. And, we threw a lot of different things at them, and that's what you got to do when the other team has a lot of really talented players. So just proud of us.
Hey, during this last stretch of 4 games, what have you liked? 2-part here. What have you liked most about the way that you guys have played, and how in tune are you to standings, seedings? Do you kind of pay attention to where you guys are, especially as you face other teams that are kind of like in that mix with you?
Yeah, I think you gotta take it with a grain of salt, and we're all aware of the standings and the seedings. I think we're not constantly checking exactly where we are, but I think coming into tonight, you're going game by game, and every single game's gonna matter. That's what's so great about this league. There's 44 games, and at the end of the day, you can't let one slip, because that's the difference between hosting 2 games in the first round or going on the road for the first game or 2 games in the first round. So obviously this was a big one. I think now the series is split 2-2. So this was a really important one for us to come in and get. And that's kind of like the story of this whole road trip, is this is the last matchup with a lot of these teams that we have. And a lot of these teams are really good, and possible teams will maybe see in the playoffs. So I think you're not looking at the full picture of where we are exactly in the standings, but coming into each night, we know how important that win is to hopefully get home court advantage in the playoffs.
KK, not too bad of a night for a kid from Madison. What was it about this evening that just made everything seem a lot easier?
Just my confidence. I got a lot of people in the crowd, cheering me on today, and I appreciate that support. I gave them a great game today, so I'm super excited and blessed about that. But overall, just my confidence in doing it for my team.
What's the Shields last night? Thing, one of our matches in history. Differently classes. She actually spoke with them. She spoke reverently about you and women's sports and how far she was. What do you think about Allisha Shields, and also just the expansion of what she's done for women's basketball? Boxing.
Yeah, I don't know much on that. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Makayla Timpson. Question for you. I just want to, get your viewpoint on KK's growth throughout the season. Stephanie, has been critical to your team in the 3-game process. So I'm curious of how you got to play tonight, especially against Atlanta having multiple court players that are hard to kind of battle.
Well, we were trying to do a lot of different things defensively, first of all, and I think that's KK's greatest strength, is her defense, her length, her athletic ability. It's a tall task for somebody obviously KK didn't get a lot of minutes last year, so this is a lot just kind of getting thrown at her. And our scouts can be complicated at times, but I thought Steph made a great point in the locker room after the game. This felt like a playoff game with the little adjustments you're making, 1, to start the game, and then 2, as the game goes on, you have to find little tweaks and little ways to win. And even by the way we went to the zone and things like that. KK guarded every single player that played tonight, from their point guard to Angel Reese, their post player, and I think that just speaks to her versatility. So I think she's worked really hard. She's very curious and wants to learn, and is always in the gym getting better, and just has that mentality that she just wants to serve her teammates. And that's the best thing you can have as a young player. And it's really showing. And, I think she's really just scratching the surface. So it's really fun to share the court with her, honestly.
Yeah. For KK, people talk about your athleticism a lot, obviously, as Caitlin just did. Did you feel that in overtime, especially when you have that play off of Kelsey's missed shot, the putback that you jumped up for your putback? Like, how do you feel your athleticism, especially finding a different gear in overtime?
I mean, when we watch film as a team, I mean, they tell us, just throw it up to me. You know, anywhere it goes, I mean, I'm going to go up and get it. So,
their feet, throw it up.
Yeah, just throw it up to me and I'm going to go get it. I do everything I can for my team for sure.
We're going to wrap up with the two in the back here. Unfortunately, we're a little late for our plane, so.
So, series tie, and every time the Atlanta Dream and the play, there's fierce competition. One of the biggest rivalries in sports, I think one is not even going to be in the game. What do you think about the competition between the Fever and the Dream, and what does it mean for the overall women's sports overall?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's great competition across the league. I think, you know, obviously they're a very talented team. I feel like every matchup we've had this year has been really close and it's been a battle. And obviously they were down their point guard tonight, and that's tough. It's hard to overcome something like that. But I thought they played really well. They're well coached. They do a lot of really great things. Obviously, Ryan and Gray, like, they're two of the best guards in the league. And obviously with Ryan's size, it poses a lot of problems with just her length. So, you know, obviously this is a team that will, you know, be scary in the playoffs. They're great at what they do. They have a lot of different weapons, but I think for us, like, these are the games you get up for. Like, that's what's fun about competition. You know, you want to play the best. It brings out the best in you. And I thought we stepped up to the challenge and we're really good in that tonight.
Just to follow up, is it just their length, or because like you mentioned that most of the game for folks here? And I'm wondering, what is it? I know you guys don't score 100 every game. Yeah, that makes it more challenging to play the Dream.
I mean, I think they're physical. They're in the passing lanes. You know, I think they have quite a few different defenders they can run at you. Obviously, Canada didn't play tonight, but like, she's one of their better defenders. Ryan's one of their better defenders. And then, like, they can play smaller, and then they can come in and they can bring Okada off the bench. Like, they just have so many different looks. And when you're on offense, you're constantly trying to analyze the game and see what's open and how can you manipulate. And that's hard when you're getting a ton of different looks and you can bring different people off the bench and run different defenders at you. So I think it's just their versatility more than anything.
Hopefully,
Thanks. Thanks.
I know that it was painful. It's painful. I understand that it's painful. And I know that some people just cannot get enough of this. There's some people that was just praying literally to their knees and asking the gods to give them a victory, their gods. But the most gloating person, I gotta give it to you guys. I gotta let you guys understand that this is what I wake up to. This is my every morning on a loss with Angel in Atlanta Dream. This is my every morning loss. Here's the worst human being on the planet for me and my sake towards one of the worst ones.
Like she was Karl Malone in a Dream jersey. At halftime, Monica McNutt, Shanae Agumake, Monica McNutt.
Can y'all hear that?
Monica McNutt, Shanae.
Jason Whitlock right now is on the show right now.
Okay.
And my
Andrea
cousin
Carter
sent it
kept
to
the
me.
script going while the graphics
Jason, you better
right there. 3 of
watching my cousin.
Angel told
my
Holly Rose she
cousin
was
is-
playing like SHIT. The studio
on
heard
your head.
energy, beast, and double trajectory. First quarter, she missed a wide open fast break layup. No defender contested. As bad a miss as we've seen in professional basketball. I howled. I thought that was rock bottom. Then came the final seconds of regulation. Then overtime, Fever win. Caitlin Clark smiled. The clip flew, and Angel Reese, after 5 years begging for Clark-level attention, woke up as the biggest joke on social media.
After 5 years begging, Jason Whitlock, I hate your mother had you. I hate your mother had such a bad person. I hate your mother had such an evil spirited person. Angel Reese was first. Where's MSL when I need him? Angel Reese was getting more money in NIL than Caitlin Clark ever did in college. Angel Reese was already the top tier player. And that's one of the reasons why LSU wanted and recruited for her to hit the portal, to come to LSU, because Kim Mulkey knew that Angel was the piece to make them win. Jason Whitlock. See, these are the people that I have to deal with. Look what he puts Angel in, though. Y'all ain't seen it.
That is not tragedy. That is a bill she co-signed.
Gonna put her in the clown face.
Butter. Not because the woman can't rebound. She can. The glass is real. The motor is real. The DNA story. ESPN sold you Saturday. Mom at UMBC. Brother on the offensive glass. Becky Hammond saying it's in her blood. None of that is fake. The offense is. And when the offense is that ugly, it curdles the whole product. She rises up alone under the rim and bricks the one she was put on earth to finish. But her offense. That's the most honest scouting report in America this morning. Angel Reese was such a bad offensive player as a kid. These jokes write themselves. She refused to play around the world. She played around the block instead and still lost every time.
Y'all see that, man? This is serious business. This is serious business. I'm keeping it professional. I know Mama June will be up in here, and I know my aunties, they told me they've been watching my show. They back watching my show. So but I really want to cuss this bastard out. I really do. And I can't wait to get it off my chest this Wednesday, because I'm going to get it off my chest. Because this is one of the most horrific things to wake up in the morning. Horrific things, because it has to be.
She claims allergies prevented her from playing horse.
It has to be.
She said she was too young to play 21. If the playground had a glass-only league, she'd be the commissioner. The national stage keeps asking her to score anyway. Angel Reese wanted to be Caitlin Clark's rival. She was smart enough to see the financial benefit of being attached to Clark.
See, the lies. This is why she wins, because if we just let them get away, it's 600,000 people that's going to be hearing this. So someone from the ground, us from the ground, it's multiple ones of us. If we stay quiet, they will win. That's why I'm older than you, baby girl. This is how this had to be done. My mother and father was through the civil rights movement. It was just 10 or 11 of them at one time. Then it grew, sister. You don't grow anything without not talking about it. And I know you like, I don't want to hear it though, but you gotta hear it. It's part of it. It's a character builder. It is what it is. They have to do what they have to do. This man just lied and said that Angel was hoping to be like Caitlin Clark in college. That's a falsehood lie. We have to put it out. We have to call a liar a liar. This is not a Christian man. This is not a Christian man. He's lying. If you so-called are a Christian man, you wouldn't say that Angel was chasing Caitlin Clark. You know, you tried to act like, yeah, I was trying to tell the truth. No, you mixing truths with falsehood, and therefore it's a total lie. Because you can't mix truths with falsehood, Jason Whitlock. She's one of the top NIL girls in history. The first one to ever do it. Caitlin Clark wasn't getting the NIL money that Angel Reese was getting, nor any of the sponsors. This is what you guys got to understand. It's a plot to all of this. It's a plot. I got enough with him. I'm done. I just wanted you guys to hear some of the stuff that I got to wake up to, that I got to hear in the comments.
Every segment, every thumbnail, every forced debate, proximity to the biggest magnet in the league is a business plan. But there's a price too. And now she's really starting to pay it. Her lack of offensive skill set next to Clark's is a hatchet chopping at her reputation. People delight in Reese's failures. Not all of that delight is pure. Some of it is ugly. Some of it is tribal. A lot of it is earned on the tape. When you climb on the rival ladder, you don't get only the endorsements. You get the full comparison. Clark's game produces offense that bends scouting reports and ticket lines. Reese's game produces boards and vibes, and then when the paint shrinks, a finishing package that turns national TV into a stand-up routine. She asked for the pairing. The pairing is merciless. ESPN did not wander into this by accident. Saturday, again, they dropped the love letter. Reese's rebounding as legend. Rodman mind, Barkley strength, fastest to 1,000 boards, league high numbers, dream record, double doubles. That's a coronation feature. Fine. Print the.
The man hate black women. He does. He hate himself. And I just wanted to let y'all know that type of stuff is going on in the morning. He's still the leader of that. But we're going to start with the Indiana Fever. You know what I mean? Winning a game on this weekend. It's important for y'all to know that I could take it on the chin. Indiana won and beat Paige Beckers. Indiana won and beat Angel Reese. Indiana Fever is on a roll. They beat some of the top two teams that they needed to beat. So I don't want to hear nothing about, well, this and that and the other. No, they put up and they shut up. And they did what they were supposed to do. They wanted to see the Caitlin Clark matchup with Paige Beckers. You got to see it. The #1 overall pick and the two guards who represented different generations of greatness in women's college basketball. They don't know exactly that they not the same different generation. They actually graduated and they the same ages. But Paige Becker stayed for another year. Caitlin Clark finished the game against the Dallas, loss 98-87 to the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark in that game had 29 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds, 11 for 18 shooting. And Paige Beckers had 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 steals. That's star power and star action that was going on for Paige Beckers. You understand, Paige Beckers was refusing to lose. But in this game, wasn't just Clark and Beckers. It was all about but what y'all already know. Kelsey Mitchell scored 23 points. Aaliyah Boston had 16 points and 12 rebounds. Ty Harris came off the bench and knocked down 5 3-pointers without missing, finishing with 15 points. Dallas led 37-35 at halftime. The Wings were competing. Paige was hooping. Dallas believed it could steal the game, but Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell erupted, you know what I mean, for the 16 points in the third quarter with the Leah Boston 10 points. You know, this was a good game that we was able to see. When, you know what I mean? And it was good to see Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston, Ty Harris was available to punish, you know what I mean, Dallas. And, you know what I mean, Dallas just could not get over the hump. The Wings failed with an onslaught of Caitlin Clark beating Paige Beckers. And it was a good shine. 20 points and 10 assists in much of the game. You understand? So 29 points, 10 assists, and 3 rebounds, 11 for 18 shooting. That's probably been the most accurate that Caitlin Clark had been. But Paige Beckers was able to fight back and do her 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 steals on that onslaught. But Sunday game came. So she saw Paige, and then she went to go see Angel. And I have to really give it to y'all straight up. I watched the total game over my cousin's house because y'all know my power was down. So I went over there to watch the game with my family members. And y'all know I've been talking big stuff. Y'all know that I've been talking big stuff to my family and how I big up Angel and I talk. But it's some haters that's in my family just don't like Angel. You know what I mean? They really just don't like Angel's game. Not like Angel Reese. They love what she is and the black figure that she is in my family. On my mama's side especially, but my cousin Shawnee, he does not understand or don't even watch women's basketball. Actually, he just hear and understand and see and watch the highlights because he's not interested. He never in the house to even watch the game. So, you know, he just gave me his theory on what and who he think is the best player in basketball. Bro, Claude, how could LSU have been stacked when they're a favorite and when they weren't favored to either win their conference or Iowa title game in 23? That's exactly right. They wasn't favored. They didn't even have them close. I think they had them 4th or 5th. They wasn't favored at all. They was ranked. They was lower ranked also when they went into that. So you were exactly right, JCT Slice. Hey, you was right. You right. So, guys, Sunday, Indiana traveled to Atlanta for the game for a major playoff implication. Atlanta was missing Jordan Canada and Brianna Jones because of the leg injury, but the dream didn't fold. They fought. Atlanta trailed by 9 during the second quarter, and Angel Reese helped lead a 17-4 run that punished the dream ahead, that pushed the dream ahead 44-40 at halftime. Let me say this again for the people who only want to discuss Angel when she misses a shot. Angel finished with 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. She had another double-double. That is an all-around basketball game for us, I'm concerned. She didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Yes, I got to say it. She missed potential game-winning putbacks at the end of regulation. Yes, I got to say it. We can discuss that honestly over here on this channel. We could talk about this for real, for real. But we are not going to erase the 14 rebounds. We are not going to erase the 6 assists. We are not going to erase how our energy helped Atlanta turn the first half around. We ain't going to erase that. That's why I keep telling y'all, basketball is bigger than one clip on social media. Angel was rebounding, initiating offense, and battling inside. She still affected the game even when the shot wasn't falling. Now, Allisha Gray, that woman was cooking like fish grease. She had, Gray tied her career high with 32 points. Hot ones on on a plate. You grab 7 rebounds for the biscuits and the coleslaw. Every time Indiana appeared ready to take control, Allisha Gray had another answer. Indiana found another hero though, Makayla Timpson, who scored a career high 20 points, and she made Indiana first 3 field goals in overtime. Not Clark, not Mitchell, not Boston. Makayla Timpson did. This is beautiful of having depth. Your superstar gets you into a fight. Another player can win it around you, finishing with 26 points and 9 assists. Caitlin Clark had. Aaliyah Boston, 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 steals. Kelsey Mitchell scored 20 points, including an important layup in overtime, of course. And Mitchell needed overtime to preserve her incredible streak, 19 consecutive games, scoring at least 20 points. Indiana won 95-91 and improved to a 23-12 record. Atlanta fell 21-13. The victory moved the Fever a game and a half ahead of Atlanta for 4th place. So I like to call a thing and make a thing and keep the main thing the main thing. MDT. Got the W, but salute AR Dream. MDT. Much love, brother. You already know. Y'all listen. Y'all won. Y'all did what you had to do in that game. We didn't finish. We didn't finish. We did not finish that game. So here's what I'm impressed. Here's what impressed me about Indiana. This team didn't win with one formula against Dallas. They controlled the 3rd quarter, and Boston handled the 4th quarter. Against Atlanta, Timpson became the overtime hero. Clark distributed the ball. Boston dominated defensively, and Mitchell kept her streak alive and delivered the crucial buckets, who stabbed us in the chest with her play. This is a sign of a team, that is kind of clicking towards the end. I just want us to really see what's going on and what's happening towards the end, because you just don't beat Dallas and then go over to Atlanta and win. You got to have some type of continuity between one another, and this is what happened when a team is actually confident in their nucleus, in their solid foundation. So they went into Atlanta and took the game. So nobody can take that from them. Nobody can take it from them. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. That I'm not gonna sit here and not tell the truth about anything. Good teams get tougher and dig down after a tough loss. There's a ton of balls left. Yep. There's so much more to come. Bring it on, bro, Claude. Yes, sir. That's right. I just, I know a lot of people. I mean, my niece, she wins, get so uptight when they lose. She gets so uptight. Like seriously, it really hurts her feelings when the Dream lose. When the Dream lose, and most of us, because we got PTSD. And I understand that she wins. I got it. I get you. Got PTSD because we know what's coming in the morning. I knew it was coming this morning. I knew, but the clown face was crazy work. You understand? The clown face was definitely crazy work, and it is what it is, man. It was the team collapse. Not gonna put it all on Angel. Look at the stats. That's right. No, and that's why I made sure that I opened up and let everybody know exactly what was going on. I just want everything to be, actually be talked about. It's a don't get on here blasting me. Shout out to my baby niece. I ain't blasting you. I'm just saying we be having me and you, our feelings be hurt. Thank you, Mr. 6688 for the $5 super chat. Hey, strengthens me. I appreciate you so much. And then of course, MDT, y'all are some of my best people, man. Listen, we got a lot of more basketball to go. But I just got to keep it real with y'all. Indiana took care of business over the weekend. And y'all can't take that away from them. They took care of business. They beat Dallas. And then they went over and beat Atlanta. And that's what it is. I know a lot of people like, oh, no. Glaze in Indiana too. No, I'm not. And I don't like the team. And I hate that some of my players is over there. I got Gamecocks over there. Makayla is over there. Timpson is over there. You know what I mean? Makayla Timpson is over there. No, I don't. But I just got to keep a buck. I got to keep it a buck, y'all. When I'm on here, I really want to tell you guys the truth and actually give y'all exactly what's in my mind. And I'm going to speak it, right? So now let's talk about Kamilla Cardoso. Hold on a second. Thanks, JCT Slice, for the $5 super chat. It says, how does one beg for attention when Angel has more social media followers? Was the higher ranked prospect in 2020 and literally beat CC in 2023. I know, but it's his narrative. It's his narrative. He's a liar. How she's trying to beg for attention. She beat the girl. This girl still has yet to beat Angel. She has yet to beat this regular season shit don't mean nothing. Beat Angel in the playoffs. Take her out, beat her for the chip. Then we could talk. But she ain't doing that. So that ain't what that is. This is some extra talk, extra stuff that's going on. Jason Whitlock got to have his glaze moment, and it's okay. It's all right. She has yet to beat Angel Reese. Period. Point blank. Caitlin Clark has yet, in the big dance, when it all gets said and done, she still has yet to beat Angel Reese. So y'all sit on that stick and you twirl on it like Sister Tony say. Y'all twirl on that stick. How about that? So let's go to my other subject that I really, really wanted to say. I couldn't get a double win, but I did get a win yesterday. Listen, y'all. Now let's bring this this back to my city. Come on, bring it right back here. Because guess what, y'all? I'ma just still say, no matter what no matter what the records say, I'ma always rep
the Chicago.
Yeah, I'ma always rep, because this is Chicago. I'm a Chicago man, so let's bring it back to my house. The Chicago Sky went into Seattle and defended the Storm 82-80. This wasn't a perfect win, though. No, did Seattle nearly steal it again? Yes, but Chicago needed a victory, and the Sky found a way to get one. And the biggest reason was Kamilla Cardoso. Cardoso finished with 22 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. This is a grown woman right now playing basketball at her best right now. Kamilla Cardoso established position, running the floor, cleaning the glass, protecting the rim. Seattle had talented young centers of its own in Dominique Malunga. Dominique Malunga had 19 points and 13 rebounds and 4 blocks. So we got to witness 2 young centers battling, Cardoso at 25 years old and Malunga at 20, giving a glimpse of the future of the WNBA front court. You know what I mean? How it's going to be looking. Chicago led 46-29 at halftime. The Sky came out ready to work. They scored 23 in each of its first 2 quarters and held Seattle to 11 points in the opening period. But then Chicago let Seattle back into the building, as they always do. The Storm won the third quarter 26-14 and the fourth quarter 25-22. Chicago's 17-point halftime advantage was reduced to 2 by the final buzzer. The positive in Chicago held on. The concern is that Chicago still has trouble closing games cleanly. You cannot consistently build double-digit leads and then spend the whole fourth quarter trying to survive against an elite team. I mean, damn. The Seattle Storm is last place, and they struggled all the way at the end. But this Sunday's Chicago got the job done, and they improved the record 13-22. That beats somebody that said that they will only win 10 and 12 games. So they won another game, which put them over what somebody else predicted. They won 13 games out of the 35 that's been played so far. The biggest Chicago question is, the Sky's record tell us they're still on the outside of the playoffs picture. But Cardoso is giving Chicago something real to build around. When you have a center capable of producing 22 and 12 while protecting the rim, you have foundational basketball. You got an identity. You got somebody. You got that person. But we've seen Chicago go here before. Can Chicago properly feed her in the post? Can guards limit turnovers? Can the Sky maintain their defensive intensity for all 4 quarters? Can they build around Cardoso instead of making her fight for every touch? Because I don't want to hear about Kamilla only took 8 and 9 shots when she's the obvious advantage on the inside. Feed the big dog. Let her work. Chicago fans understand we in the development direction right now. We ain't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. We know exactly what Jeff Pagliosha said, but that was a lie. The victory showed us what direction, what size, what defense, what rebounding that Cardoso can actually do. So Sydney Taylor will be on her way back to Chicago next year. And also we'll have Rakia Jackson somewhere probably in the middle of the year after this ACL tear. And then, of course, have that young core of Gabriella Jaquez and hopefully Skylar Diggins and Azare Stevens, and I don't know if Nene Dejanay gonna stay, but it'd be nice if Dejanay stays. It really, would be nice, and we'll really be looking good. The rest we just need to clear house. You know what I mean? I don't know. They got Courtney coming back again next year, so I mean this Jeff Pagliocci need to be fired, and soon as the new GM get there, she need to be you got to get rid of the baggage to move forward with this team. Chicago sports. Now I got to tell y'all something, and I'm gonna glaze all the rest of this show. We're gonna talk about the Chicago Bears after these messages.
Hey there.
Hey, baby, did you buy that shea butter that smell good?
You know I brought some Bread House butters.
Got a package for you.
Bread House butters and essentials keeps my skin looking good and smelling good. Their pineapple and mango scented shea butter are my favorite.
We talked about basketball. We talked about the Indiana Fever beating my team, the Atlanta Dream. We talked about and shows things and clips that Jason Whitlock got on my baby girl. We also talked about how they was on Twitter X doing my baby girl in. But it's okay, Angel. It's all right. Listen, to all of my people that's out here in the building, bear down. Because guess what? The Bears, the Chicago Bears, the team that the people love to hate. Nigga! Yeah, we just, hey. That solved your problem. Take it, leave it alone. I'm just saying, my Chicago Bears did not let me down this weekend. Let me tell y'all something. I understand it was preseason game. I understand that most of it, you know what I mean, the starters don't play. And I understand Caleb Williams wasn't even suited. You know what I mean? He was just standing on the sideline. We're not planning, you know what I mean, a Super Bowl parade after one preseason game. That ain't what I'm here doing. But if you a Chicago Bears fan, you should feel good about what happened Saturday. The Bears defeated Cleveland Browns 34-10 on Soldier Field. And the way it happened was impressive. Cleveland took a 10-0 lead in the beginning. The Chicago Bears then scored a 34 unanswered points after they scored that 10. It was like crazy work. The Bears scored 6 of their final 9 possessions, 4 touchdowns, and 2 field goals. Meanwhile, Chicago defense held Cleveland scoreless in the final 9 drives. This is not just winning. This is taking control of the football game. First, the Bears is also entering this season very disciplined. In preseason opener, when the backups and the young players are normally committing false starts and holding penalties and alignment mistakes, and Bears committing only 2 penalties like they did in the beginning of last year. Y'all remember how horrible they was in the beginning of last preseason and then in the beginning of the first couple games. Y'all remember that. That reflects coaching, that reflects preparation, that reflects players understanding their assignments. Second quarter depth looks stronger. Tyson Baggett completed 13-22 passing for 169 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Case Keenum was nearly perfect, 9 for 10 passing, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, and perfect 158.3 passing rating. Chicago's quarterbacks combined for 348 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. A complete box score. Keenan entered after halftime with the score tied at 10 and immediately took command. He hits Salvin Ahmad and on a screen pass, and Ahmad turned into a beautiful 49-yard touchdown. He broke tackles, changed direction, and used his blockers. The play showed execution. The timing of the screen was correct. The offense line got into position. The receivers blocked downfield. Ahmad did the rest. Keenan later connected with Britton Brown for another touchdown. The veteran demonstrated exactly why you bring an experienced quarterback into the building. If Caleb misses time or offense doesn't have to lose any an entire identity, we also got that type of backup for us. The linebacker Jareed Caron produced a strip sack against Deshaun Watson and recovered the football and turned the lead to back and finding Maurice Alexander for a 25-yard touchdown. Benny Bishop Jr. later intercepted both Shador's Sanders and Dylan Gabriel throws. Chicago finished with 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a recovering fumble. This is completely football. The defense creates turnovers. The offense converts into points. Special teams contribute to the field goals. Every principle came through. So my team won. We're going to get into more of Chicago football, you know what I mean, as y'all go over to my Chicago steady serving Chicago Bears football podcast. Y'all go over there, hit the like button and subscribe over there. Got a few things going on. Man, look, we're going to discuss Minnesota defeats. I just wanted to bring a little football talk in there. And just since I was talking about the sky, I had to talk about the Bears. So I had a double win over the weekend in the city. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo, she wins. Yeah, Troy, we had a big weekend over the weekend. We won. You know what I'm saying? We had a little W going on in Chicago sauce. And then my Cubs and my White Sox winning also. So Minnesota defeats Las Vegas. Well, I got to tell y'all, now let's return to the WNBA and discuss the team sitting at the top of the mountain. Minnesota Lynx traveled to Las Vegas and defeated Las Vegas Aces 92-87. This had the atmosphere of a possible WNBA Finals preview. Las Vegas Aces Asia Wilson, the defending champions, and the championship experienced team. Minnesota had depth and defense, moved the ball all around. Listen, that they could play at their record best right now for the Lynx history as the Fisher Collier being able to be there on this team. Asia Wilson did everything she could with 32 points, 7 rebounds, 11 for 12 from the free throw line. The MVP always do level up production. Minnesota answered with the entire lineup, though. Asia couldn't do it by herself. Olivia Miles led the Lynx 23 points and 8 assists. Nafisha Collier contributed 19 points. Natasha Howard finished with 13 points and 11 rebounds. Kayla McBride added 13 points. Courtney Williams and Nia Coffey each had scored 12 points. 6 Minnesota players reached double figures that in this game. That is different. Las Vegas had the game most dominant individual player, but could not get over the onslaught of Minnesota. Olivia Magic Miles on the big stage. We need to talk about Olivia, though. A young point guard walking into Las Vegas and producing 23 points and 8 assists against the defending champions is not ordinary, especially towards the end of the season. Miles played under control. She created opportunities for herself and her teammates. She didn't look overwhelmed at the moment of looking and staring A'ja Wilson, my GOAT, in the eyes. Miles played under control. She created opportunities for herself and her teammates. She didn't look overwhelmed at any moment or any part of the game. Minnesota needed direction. She gave them direction. Minnesota needed passing. She gave them passing. Minnesota needed scoring. She gave them scoring. When Las Vegas applied pressure, she remained composed. That is what separates a talented rookie and a young player from somebody who may evaluate or eventually become a champion in her young years. I take pride in this. God damn. Yes, yes.
I'm calling Sanaya. She's not answering. And don't raise your voice at me.
Y'all, honey just getting on my nerve. The Lynx are surviving on one. The Lynx are not surviving on one superstar. Collier is their centerpiece, but Minnesota can win when somebody else becomes the leading scorer. Miles can control the offense. Howard can deliver double-doubles. McBride can stretch the defense. Williams can organize an attack and kill him with the midi. Yeah, that makes it difficult to prepare for. You can slow down one option and still lose the four. You still lose the other four. Las Vegas remains dangerous because A'ja Wilson can dominate the game at any series or any time. Nobody's trying to look over that. Nobody is really trying to say that A'ja don't got help because Jackie Young, the gun, when she kick in, she kicks in. You know what I mean? But that's, I mean, it is what it is. But the Portland Fire look like y'all, they about to be the ones to be able to get themselves in. If Dallas make a slip up, the Portland Fire is on their way right behind them on their heels. Bro, Claude, I can't wait for you to get it off your chest about Whitlock. Oh boy, I'm finna tear him up. I'll help you too. Hello, can't, hey, man, please. He can't, listen. He trying to reinvent history. Thanks for the $5 super chat. I appreciate y'all and appreciate you too, brother. You a very, very good brother. I appreciate it so much. You say, I hear, honey. I know, T. Kamilla, you here bothering me. Man, so Portland on their way, y'all. I think Portland on their way to try to make a run for this playoffs, man. And I just think that Portland maybe got a good look. You guys, listen, I don't know how to tell y'all, but I think Dallas got to change some things around to stay where they at. They failed. They didn't land in a couple of games, chat, and they don't look good. What's up, big girl? Dallas, I mean, it don't look good at all. I'm just saying. This is really, really a situation where things need to be turned around and they can do such. They could do such thing. You know what I mean? Do I think Dallas going to make the playoffs? I do think that Dallas is going to make the playoffs. Can Dallas make the playoffs? I do believe that Dallas can make the playoffs. Now, let's talk about something really, really good. Shout out to Dana Taurasi. Shout out to Dana. And then, of course, giving honor to Diana Taurasi. Got her jersey hung up in the rafters Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man, and I'm gonna let it be known, and I'm gonna let it be said. The Phoenix Mercury had one of the greatest players of all time. That's one of my favorite players. Diana Taurasi is probably one of the most celebrated UConn personalities that went into the WNBA that, you know, took the game in another place for 20 years. She did what she was supposed to do for 20 seasons. She did what she's supposed to do. And at the end of the day, overall, at the end of the day, she did what she was supposed to do. When it came to being a professional, being able to be a champion, leading her team, being there for the youngins to come in, also being an Olympian, being a champion, leading Team USA, all of the different things that Diana Taurasi had to do with basketball in the WNBA, I think the kudos is to Diana Taurasi. Kudos to Diana Taurasi, and she definitely is one of my favorite players. Y'all already know I like dogs. I like to watch dogs, and Diana Taurasi definitely was a dog and is a dog in my book forever. And she just definitely was one of the biggest ones that I really love to watch, and I really love to, you know what I mean, talk about when it comes to football, basketball and sports in total, how a player is supposed to be and how intense a player should be, and just the grit and the grain. I mean, I wish she could have got some of the money that she deserved, but we don't know what, you know what I mean? We don't know what they could have did. But anyway, the Mercury lost the game on her jersey night. And, you know, it goes like that sometimes, y'all. It goes like that sometimes. But, you know, shout out to Diana Taurasi. And, you know, it is what it is with that. So, what happened this weekend? Indiana won twice and strengthened its grip on the fourth place. Caitlin Clark showed out on both games in Dallas and in Atlanta. Kelsey Mitchell, 8 in assists, showed out, and she gave the dagger to both the teams in the last seconds of the game. In the last minute, Makayla Timpson stepped up and had some hero overtime for herself. So I'm glad that Makayla Timpson, you know what I mean? Because, of course, you know, playing with Tanaya Latson, I've been watching her since they came in the game. And I really, really love Makayla because she a high flyer, too. She could dunk the ball. She really can. Allisha Gray dropped 32 points. Angel Reese gave Atlanta 15 points and 14 rebounds and 6 assists, continuing to show her impact extends beyond shooting. Kamilla Cardoso, 22 and 12 with 3 blocks as Chicago Sky escaped Seattle. The Chicago Bears scored 34 unanswered points and smashed Cleveland Browns 34-10. Even with most of its starters just watching from the sideline. Minnesota defeated Las Vegas Aces and reminded the league that the road to championship run is on its way. Portland competed a perfect weekend and said that they still are in the building and trying to get into the playoffs. Man, what would it be with 2 expansion teams 2 years in a row getting into the playoffs? Man, that's going to be ugly work. Should Chicago Sky make Kamilla Cardoso the unquestioned center of their offense and build around the undeniable, strong 6'7" center. Should they build around her and Sydney Taylor and Gabriella Hawkins? Should that be the building point and everybody else should go? Hey, that's what I believe. But, you know, we could take it from here. Dejanay, I definitely want Dejanay to stay. I definitely want Skylar to stay if she can. But, you know, like I said, it's the youth time. So, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through, man, and being here, man, and doing whatever need to be done. I appreciate y'all coming and watching me on the show. I'm thank y'all for everything, you know what I mean, that y'all have been doing for me, man. Last week was a really, really hard week. I pray for a good week this week, you know, after the tornadoes and the lights, having no lights throughout the whole week. There's still some people in Chicago that don't have power. So please pray for those people. Please, please say your prayers for those people. And like I said, y'all, I got to make sure that I say that I love you guys. And I'm grateful for you guys giving and supporting. Wow, especially you, Green Thumb, for the $100 donation, for supporting what I'm doing, man, because, you know, we got to clean up. We got to clean up our, you know what I mean, our house. And we've been cleaning up all weekend and everything. But, you know, a tornado and the way it hits home, you know, it really hit home and it was right outside my door. So, I mean, thank God for protecting me and my family. And that's one of the scariest things that I've experienced in my lifetime. Just being vulnerable and my children being in that type of situation, y'all. So, y'all, turn on your notifications every time I drop a hot banger. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Give to the channel. Listen, join the channel if you could join the channel. I got like 18 more subscribers to go. I got 18 more subscribers to go. Share, 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 and share these this video and this screen. Hey, this channel. Share them. Share with the people that ain't seen it before. I appreciate everybody showing me some love, giving me some love, man, over here on this channel here that y'all been doing for me. But like I said, I thank you for what you've done. I thank you for what you do. And I thank you for what you will do. But as always, I leave as I came with another bang.
The Chicago.
Yeah. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go over to my podcast, Steady Serving Bears Football, and hit the like button and subscribe. Those of y'all that's still here, go over to the new channel. Here's the new video.
Welcome to my city. See the bright light, skyscrapers looking pretty. Perfect skyline, postcard for my city, and we still on the rise. More construction keeping busy. Always bear down on the blue and the windy. Can't forget the Bulls, red and black run the city. Chicago, fire in the sky, WNB. White Sox and the Cubs up in Wrigley. Got a couple rings like I played for the Blackhawks. Always on the ground when my feet hit the asphalt. Dedication, hard work, and preparation. Never giving up to reach the goals I've been chasing. When it goes down, I'ma be the main attraction. Better stand back when the cameras start to flashing. Countdown, buzzer beater, how the game go. Crowd goes wild, cause you know who they came for. Michael Jordan, D-Wade when I'm scoring. Great Walter Payton, John Tays when I'm enforcing. You already know I had to make an anthem. Shot-town in the building, and you know what I stand for. Chicago, it's the city of the win. Clock runs down, we gon' grab another win. Chicago, known for the newcomers all excited. Chicago, I'm in love with my city. I'm a reverend till I die. Seize up if you with me. Chicago. Now I'm right back at it. Took some time off, hit the gym, hit the practice. Now they can't stop me. Some say I'm cocky, but I'm just confident. I know what hard work brought me. When they was having fun and going out, you didn't see me. Cause I was on the ground trying to rise like a TP. That's what my city taught me. Now I can't get them off me. Feeding for a fix, needing caffeine, just call me coffee. But I don't need a substance, move off pure adrenaline. Aiming for the trophies, plaques goes any synonym. I came from the gutter, on the other side of the glitz and the glamour, where they speak with bad grammar. So I do it for the people on every side of my town. Turn frowns into a smile, that's why I'm aiming for the crown. Outside of my objective, I'm sending y'all a message. Chi-town, the greatest city, never disrespect. Seize up, seize up, seize up, seize up, Chicago. Seize up, seize up, Chicago. Yeah, 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 Chicago. For my city, Chicago. I do it for my city, Chicago. I do it for my city, Chicago. I do it for my city, Chicago. It's the city of the wind. Clock runs down, we gon' grab another win. Chicago, known for the skyscrapers, big city, big lights, and we all about a paper. Chicago, ain't another city like it. Right down Lake Shore, see newcomers all excited. Chicago, I'm in love with my city. I'm a reverend till I die. Seize up if you with me. Chicago.
You couldn't tell by the eyebrows? That was Bree Bree, T. Kamilla. That was Bree Bree. You know I got to do something with my girls. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I got to do something with my girls. I got to do something with my girls, y'all. Say put up all black people in this in the football field. And Bree, I called Bree Bree name. She didn't walk down. Bree Bree, you gotta get started on this shea butter. All right, chat. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm thankful for you guys, man. Hey, have a good day, man. Y'all are the best on the planet. Gingerbread man in the building.